Hello, happy Friday. It's Crystal Juga, managing attorney of Juga Law PLLC. Just coming to you today with Friday's Catching Up with Crystal. I had a question submitted through my website recently, and given that it's graduation season and the theme of June, I thought it would be good to address it here because many of you might be wondering the same thing if you have young children or adults. So the question says, and let me pull it up here. My husband and I are both having health issues, and we want to create an estate plan as soon as possible. We have two children, one is 20, the other will be turning 18 soon. We have about $5.5 million in total assets, including our home. We're nervous about leaving this much money to our children at such a young age. What do you recommend? Well, the first thing I want to say to this person is kudos to you for recognizing that leaving a lot of money to a young person might be a bad idea. I've personally seen young adults very close to me inherit a lot less than what your children would receive at 18. And I can tell you that it actually almost ruined their lives. One spiraled into a drug addiction in their adult years and had plenty of financial resources to keep the addiction going. But also they blew through all of the money and really have been struggling financially ever since. So, the other one I know personally made a silly, irresponsible mistake, got sued, and lost most of their money in a lawsuit. So the question I always ask clients when we're debating what age is the right age is, at what age would you have been responsible enough to inherit $2.5 million or whatever amount and not influence your spending habits or work ethic? So most people tell me they'd probably still be reckless and irresponsible. So if that's what you're thinking, what are your options? So the only way to really prevent your young adult from inheriting everything outright and possibly ruining their lives is to leave the assets to them in a trust. Now, with that said, here are a couple options. One is to leave it in a trust and distribute the trust assets outright to your children at specific ages and stages. So this could look something like, I want to give them 1/3 when they're 25, another 1/3 when they turn 30, and then the remainder at 35, or whatever fractions and ages you would choose. Or it could be something like a quarter when they start college, 1/4 when they graduate from college, another fourth when they get married, and the remainder to help them buy a home or whatever milestones you would choose. Now, this is really good and could prevent your children from squandering some of the resources, but there's an even better way, and it's a strategy that really not a lot of estate planning attorneys are using. In my office, we call it a lifetime asset protection trust, and it can be drafted to give your children full control of their inheritance if that's what you choose at some point in time, but you can also ensure that they never own their inheritance outright in their own name throughout their life. And because the rule of law is that you can't lose what you never owned, you're gifting your children those assets with an airtight asset protection, the kind that they really can never give to themselves for any price. So when you gift your children an inheritance with this lifetime asset protection trust, the trustees own the property, not your children. So if your children ever get divorced, if they file for bankruptcy or get sued, they can't lose the inheritance simply because they don't own it. And really, there are quite a few nifty additional ways we can structure trusts like this to meet the needs of your unique family and your children. So if you're interested in learning more about lifetime asset protection trusts, give us a call at 929-415-8700, or you can schedule a free 15-minute consultation by going to planyourwholelife.com. Again, that's planyourwholelife.com. Thanks for watching today's Catching Up with Crystal. I'll see you again soon.